This is a video about the safe operation and maintenance of PV power plants. The guidance in this video does not in any way replace any local safety standards. Electrical work at PV plants should only be carried out by PV specialists certified. Before entering any site, there are a few things to think about. First, it's important to have all the work planned out and fully prepared, including a risk assessment and access arrangements. In addition, check if the weather conditions are compatible with what you plan to do and wear appropriate protection, for example against high ultraviolet radiation. Also, make sure you have all the personal protective equipment, or PPE, you'll be needing and that it's in good condition. The exact equipment you'll need will of course depend on the work you'll be doing, but there are some items that you'll need every time. Here's the list: a helmet, safety glasses, a safety vest, and insulating work boots, preferably the steel-toed kind. You'll also need lockout-tagout equipment specifically for the types of switches and breakers in the systems you'll be working on. And you'll also need protection against falling when you're working at height, and that could include a fall arrest system or guardrails. And then there's some vital equipment you'll need in case of an arc flash, both for your own protection and to prevent fires. An arc flash is an explosion or spark that happens when there's an arc fault. Arc faults are most likely to occur between connections that are corroded or loose. In any case, they result in a spark, and that could lead to a fire, and the ultraviolet rays could cause eye damage. But that's not the only danger. The explosion following arcing could cause a worker to fall, for instance, or jump in surprise, and there's the danger then of accidentally touching live equipment, which could lead to even more severe injuries. To be fully prepared for this, you'll need a face shield, a helmet and gloves. And then you'll need arc flash protective gear rated for the amount of arc flash energy that could be generated by the circuit you're working on. So, that's the personal protective equipment you'll need, but there are a few other things you should take care of. First, contact the installation manager or operator to say you'll be working on site. On site, go over the risk assessment again. There's another precaution that may sound unlikely, but it's nevertheless important. At some PV plants, sheep are used to keep the grass trimmed, and sheepdogs often stand guard. If you go near the sheep, these dogs can sometimes become aggressive, so you'll need to know if sheepdogs will be around. At other locations, more dangerous creatures such as scorpions, snakes and spiders could put workers at risk. It's important to be aware of the potential danger and how to react in case of attack. One last precaution before going on site is to verify that no solid low-impedance functional DC earthing is present on site. If it is, the earthing should be disconnected before you start. The connection status of the earthing is visible in the monitoring system and should be checked by the operator. You've made your plans, you've assessed the risks, you've got your protective equipment, you've informed the site manager, and you've checked any problematic earthing is disconnected. Now you're ready to go on site, knowing that you're fully equipped. But there's one more question to ask. Do you need to close the gate? That's something you need to check case by case with the site operator, because different operators have different rules. Okay, you're now on site and ready to go. All electrical equipment used for measurement or testing must have suitable insulation properties and ratings for the voltages that are present, AC or DC. Where possible, all PV equipment must be insulated, and any frame or container you're working on must be properly earthed before you start. Before starting any intervention, whatever it may be, always bear in mind the 8-step checklist, which applies to interventions in all areas of the PV plant, including strings, switches, combiner boxes and fuses. You'll also need to check the labels, open the circuit, lock and tag, actively verify that no remaining current is flowing. Then ask a colleague to double-check all this. During an intervention, always indicate which side is the inverter side and which is the string side. After an intervention, re-establish all connections in a safe manner. Working on a PV site, as with any other electrical site, requires personal discipline. Be sure to scrupulously follow all procedures and the life-saving rules to ensure your own safety and the safety of your colleagues. An initiative of ENGIE Global Care, this video was produced by ENGIE Laborelec in collaboration with ENGIE Fabricom and filmed at Crystal Park PV site.